Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Who is representing the CSOs, the Civil Society Organizations. Madi is also around, representing the CSOs. You are welcome, Madi. On my left, we have Sirif Mohamed Kijera, who is the chairman of the board of directors of the Victim Center. Next, we have our able Aisa Tujame, who is going to read the press statement on our behalf. We also have another victim beside Aisa, Awasane, who is going to give the vote of thanks at the end of the ceremony. So, as we are all aware, the purpose of the press conference is to give out our voices, to make sure that our voices, the victims' voices, are heard by the government, by the CSOs, and by the international community, as well as the partners that we are dealing with, these various stakeholders, including the CSOs. So, to start with, I would want to call upon Mr. Jallo, Adamo Jallo, to make a welcome remarks, to welcome all of us to this important press conference. Mr. Jallo, the floor is yours.
Mr. Chairman, and board members of the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violations, Chairman, Board of Directors of Tambo, although I have not seen him, but I think he is represented. Chairman of the Human Rights Commission as well, represented here. Staff of the Victim Center, victims and their respective family members present. Representatives of CSOs, NGOs, UN system, local and international partners. Members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols respectively observed. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this press conference, which is as a result of the permit issued by the Inspector General of Police to the APRC party to stage a protest demanding the return of the former President, Yahya Jammeh. Mr. Chairman, The Victim Center has been working to ensure that victims are made a priority in the transitional justice process, and that is the right and their rights and protection as well. We have been consistently working to ensure that victims are not re-traumatized by the transitional justice process. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that the Gambia went through 22 years of dictatorship, within which Gambians and non-Gambians alike were tortured, raped, killed, victimized in so many ways. On the 16th of January 2020, a political party which had enabled former President Yahya Jammeh and which is in blatant denial of the human rights violation he committed, staged a peaceful protest after being granted a permission by the Inspector General of Police. This protest, in our opinion, was not just to mock victims, but all Gambians and non-Gambians alike. Furthermore, it was highly inconsiderate and insensitive to the sufferings that victims went through in the Jammeh room. By giving the APRC a permit to demand the return of Jammeh, they have been allowed to undermine all the transitional justice process in the Gambia. Mr. Chairman, the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violations will never sit back and allow victims of the 22 years Jammeh rule to be mocked at. We will continue to advocate for the rights of victims. We will continue to collaborate with local, regional, and international partners to ensure that the Never Again slogan is a reality. I wish to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation for all the support we have received in making this occasion a success. I want to thank you all for your kind attention.
Now I will call upon the chairman of the Board of Directors of the Victim Center, Sirif Mohamed Kijera, who is going to give us an overview of the Victim Center from inception to date, how it started, how far we've gone, up to where at this present moment that we are. So, Honorable Chairman, the floor is all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, partners of the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violation, representative of the National Human Rights Commission, victims, families and their representatives, member and representative of the CSO, Dr. Amarus Katraljane, Madi Jabate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. 22 years of Yahya Jammeh and APRC brutal dictatorship, Gambians were subdued by a state security apparatus allegedly characterized by harassment, arbitrary arrest, torture, sexual violence and rape, extrajudicial killing and enforced disappearances. There was no respect for the rule of law. And the rule of law institutions in the Gambia faced deep-rooted governance challenges as a direct result of 22 years of APRC authoritarian rule. However, in the face of growing reports of atrocities and human rights violations being perpetrated by the state actors, many victims felt their voices were not being heard, individually or collectively. The fall of Yahya Jammeh in December 2016 provided a welcome platform for the voices of victims to be heard, and the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violations, known as the Victim Center, was established in April 2017. The Victim Center provides the platform where victims can articulate their concerns for onward advocacy for redress in collaboration with both government, human rights institutions, the civic society engaged in the fight against impunity and for justice. It is 3 years since we ousted dictatorship and installed a government of the people. Until today, we continue to be confronted by the atrocities APRC party ever getting emboldened and shamelessly in denial of the atrocities of gross human rights violations committed by Yahya Jammeh and the APRC regime. The departure from power by the APRC regime has left our country dangerously polarized. Until there is justice for the violations against our people, the Gambia shall ever remain haunted and divided. Ladies and gentlemen, the victims' community appreciate the support and goodwill of the international community, UN Peace Building Office, ECOWAS, and the European Union. And most particularly, we recognize the steps taken by the government of the Gambia so far to address this violation with the setting up of the TRRC, legal and rule of law institutional reform agenda. However, we believe the time has come for each and every citizen to stand up to demand more practical measures to be undertaken by our government to bring Yahya Jammeh to justice. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice restored the hope and confidence of Jammeh's victims that justice shall be served. Yahya Jammeh and all those that bears the greatest responsibility of committing human rights violations and abuses will be brought to justice. The Justice Minister says, I quote, "Make no mistake about it, barring any findings or recommendations of the TRRC to the contrary, if former President Yahya Jammeh ever comes back to this country, he will face immediate arrest and charges of the most serious kind. And no amount of irresponsible idle talk or political brinkmanship will prevent this from happening. He will be subjected to an accountability process like any ordinary accused person in this country." The Attorney General spoke with conscience and sincerity. The Victim Center highly welcomed and applauded the government's strong position. If there is anyone out there still hallucinating with the ghost of psychophancy, you can gather your kin and protest from here to Futabalia. And no amount of irresponsible idle talk and political brinkmanship will prevent Jallo Kanilai to be chained in circles and brought before his victims to face justice. There is no denying the fact that a lot of the truth about human rights violations that happened in the Gambia between July 1994 and January 2017 has been unveiled through the TRRC public hearing. There is a strong sense of national ownership. We have faith and belief in the TRRC. The families of those killed and tortured under Yahya Jammeh and APRC brutal regime will not abide by Jammeh returning a free man without being brought to justice. The Victim Center and the members of the Gambia civil society wish to stage a massive nationwide march for justice on Saturday, 25th January 2020, throughout the Gambia to awaken citizens to their national duties to stand up for justice and urge the government of Adama Barrow to step up its efforts to bring Yahya Jammeh and all those that bears the greatest responsibility of human rights violations to justice. I thank you all.
Just to add to what he has just said about the Victim Center, there are services that we provide to our victims, and these include medical services, educational services to victims and their families as well, and we also support in terms of psychosocial support. We have a psychosocial support unit here, where victims who need psychosocial support come for that service. So in addition, we have a Microsoft loan that we give out to victims. In small terms, it's a small amount of money that we give out to victims to at least uplift their status. And this is some sort of a revolving fund. So these are some of these activities, services that we provide to our victims. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Now, I would want to call upon Aissatou Jammeh, who is going to read the press statement proper. Aissa, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, everyone who came today to attend this, the press conference of the Victim Center. Chairman and board members of the Gambia Center for Victims of Human Rights Violation, the National Coordinator and staff of the Victim Center, victims and your respective family present here today, government representative, representative of CSOs, NGOs, UN system, local and international partners, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocols respectively observed. Good morning to you all. This is indeed a very sad moment, and as well as a moment of relief for the entire victims community and the Gambia as a whole. It is a sad moment considering the fact that the Gambia is going through a truth-seeking and reconciliation process. The APRC protest demanding the return of the former President Jammeh to continue living in the Gambia as a free citizen is beyond mockery to the plight of the victims. As evident to the testimonies at the TRRC, the same political party that enabled Jammeh to stifle the good-given voices of all Gambians tortured, maimed, killed our loved ones, and sexually abused our women for the past 22 years was given a permit to protest for the return of the most cruel and inhuman dictator who victimized the entire Gambia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the victims of the past regime are also enjoying a moment of relief. This is a result of the statement delivered by the Attorney General, the Minister of Justice, Honorable Abubakar Tambadou, yesterday at the opening of the 2020 legal year at the High Court in Banjul. In his statement, the Honorable Minister has assured victims that if Yahya Jammeh ever comes back to this country, he will face immediate arrest and charges of the most serious kind. And no amount of irresponsible ideal talk of political brinkmanship will prevent this from happening. He will be subjected to an accountability process like ordinary accused person in the country. The minister has further assured the victims that it can no longer be a rule out that criminals against humanity have committed in the Gambia between 1994 and January 2017 under the former President Jammeh, and those who will be identified by the TRRC will face certain prosecution in the most serious form. We thank the Honorable Minister and the government for reassuring, and we look forward to the day when all the violations committed against our people are accounted for and the perpetrators brought to justice. In addition, while we appreciate the support of the international community and also recognize the step taken by the government so far to address these violations with the setting up of the TRRC, we look forward to the support of all CSOs, NGOs, and national international partners in ensuring that the recommendations of the TRRC at the end of its mandate are implemented by Barra's administration without selective justice and favoritism to enhance the healing process that we all are yearning for in the New Gambia. In the same vein, we are strongly recommending that the government imposes a ban or suspend the APRC party until such a time that the ongoing TRRC is concluded and its recommendations implemented to enhance a smooth transitional justice process for us to reconcile and unite as people and as a nation. Finally, Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to further press on our demands for Jammeh to face justice, the Victim Center, with the support of CSOs and other well-wishers, will organize a peaceful march, a justice march to pressurize the Gambian government to prosecute the former president, Yahya Jammeh, for gross human rights violation perpetrated by him and his henchmen. This peaceful protest will be held on Saturday, 25th of January, 2020, from Westfield Monument to Bouva Zone, where statements will be made and our demands presented to the government. In conclusion, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to reassure all Gambians that this Victim Center will continue to work with all relevant partners to facilitate justice for victims through national, regional, and international mechanisms to ensure that peace continues to prevail in the country to enhance TRRC Never Again slogan. I thank you all for your kind attention.
A point that I want to buttress on is the March for Justice. We are organizing a March for Justice this Saturday on the 25th of January. And it will kickstart from Westfield and we'll end at the buffer zone, where speeches will be made, and we will deliver our petition or our demands to the government's representative. So we all call upon everybody, all the media houses, all victims, all genuine Gambians to support this gesture. We would also want to take the opportunity to thank some of the donors. People have already started giving funds to make sure that this March for Justice takes place. So we want to appreciate their donations and also thank the CSOs for their support in this gesture. So now we will open the floor for questions. Yes.
Thank you very much for
loud so that we.
Thank you very much for the press conference. My question is
from which media house?
Kainako Online News.
Okay.
My name is Yusuf Taylor. My first question is, you've used the word genuine Gambians twice now. What exactly do you mean when you say genuine Gambians? And my second question is regarding the banning, the call for APRC to be banned. On what basis are you calling for this ban to be placed on the APRC?
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll attempt to answer the first one and also try to attempt the second one as well and be supported by other members of the High Table and the board members present. I think when we say genuine Gambians, we presume that the protest that has happened last Sunday, on the 16th, is presumed to be a mockery. Because the same party that committed all the violations that we are talking about, that we are crying of today, are allowed to come out to protest, to say that the guy who was responsible, the main perpetrator, who it was the former head of state, Yaya Jammeh, they are demanding for him to come back and live in the Gambia as a free citizen. To us, is a mockery. That is why we say genuine, we deserve the support of genuine Gambians. People who are against Jammeh coming to live here as a free man, just as an ordinary citizen. Things have gone beyond that. The atrocities that the testimonies at the TRRC are evident enough to show that, yes, we need justice. The victims need justice. So we cannot be fighting for justice at the same time APRC coming forward to provoke us. This is why we said, for the time being, we are not saying let it be banned forever, but for the time being, let them suspend or ban APRC. Because why? When the APRC government, the former AFPRC government, when they come into power, they ban the PPP, which they overthrew. After some time, PPP came back into the political arena. So this is exactly what we are demanding for. Let them suspend the APRC, give time for the TRRC and other transitional justices to conclude, then they can lift the ban for them to come back. But investigations cannot be going on. At the same time, they are coming out provoking people. This is why we say, definitely, we're requesting for the ban of this APRC, or at least let them be suspended for a time period. I think if I leave anything, exactly.
Ordinarily, I don't think anyone is opposed to the APRC carrying out its activities as any other political party. But we feel that calling on Yaya Jammeh to return and denying that any atrocities had happened under his regime is a threat to our peace and stability. It's a threat to peace. So even if it's allowed to continue to operate, which may be all right, it has to be within certain bounds. If you allow the APRC to engage in the type of activity and they get emboldened, that could get other sides to rise up, and it would be a threat to national security. So even if they can operate as any other party, getting support and trying to get candidates to win electoral victory, that may be fine. But there has to be some boundary. And we feel the type of activity they engaged in is a threat. And if we had advanced information about the permit being issued to them, we would have organized a counter demonstration, because there is no way victims and civil society groups are going to allow a return to the status quo ante, where we would all end up in exile as yourselves, life in exile and trying to chase. It's going to be an insult to continue to call for Jammeh's return. That's essentially what we're talking about, not necessarily banning them in engaging in the ordinary type of political activity. Oh, you're talking about Jammeh apologizing to Gambians. Well, as long as the cause of justice would not be messed with, even if he apologizes, that won't take away the need to ensure that there's justice. Absolutely. So you can apologize and the apology may or may not be accepted, but that should not have any bearing on the need to ensure there is justice.
My name is Sally Job. I work with Fatou. So I have two questions. One is for the victims and one is for anyone who on the high table.
Okay.
So the first question is, hearing the voice note Jammeh had with Rambo Jatta, it seems like he's very confident and he really wants to come back to the Gambia. Because I'm not sure if anyone knows that I do something would really want to come back in a place where you are wanted. Do you think there's any chance Jammeh getting away with everything, the crimes that he's been accused of, knowing that he's very confident to come back to the Gambia? And the second question is, how do the victims feel? Because I was at the protest, and when I asked the members of APRC, they were saying this in one of that. Kula Bugare, so I made chance of Ngare Kauba. So they felt like these people Jammeh killed or alleged that he killed wanted to kill him. That's why he had no choice but to retaliate or kill, fight back. So how does this make the victims feel? These members of APRC saying that it was like a self-defense, basically.
Okay. I think let me just step in to attempt to answer the last one, which is the issue of it was a matter of retaliation from people attempting to kill Jammeh, and he retaliated to kill them. I think these are coming from people who are very, I don't know how to categorize them, unrealistic, unreasonable. Because considering the testimonies that are going on at the TRRC regarding the various killings, the various torture that has happened during the Jammeh regime, one cannot just conclude that it was just one incident, they wanted to kill him and he retaliated. It can only be quoted when in terms of the attempted coup of 30th December. There you can say, yeah, it was some sort of a retaliation. But all the others, it was not retaliation. And we've had the testimonies, we've seen the people the very perpetrators coming out to tell us how they did all that they did to people, to victims. And it happened at various different times, at different areas. So all those cannot be retaliation, direct retaliation from Jammeh. They are just trying to provoke, as I stated earlier, that they are just trying to provoke us and nothing else.
I think that argument doesn't hold water. How was they trying to kill Jammeh, or the Jammeh's, his own family members, or any of the Ghanaians, the Nigerians? How were they trying to kill Jammeh? Plus, the other part, I believe Jammeh's supporters may be delusional, but Jammeh is not that stupid to think he can just come in here, work as a free man, and then go on. He's much more calculating than that. He knows very well what awaits him here, regardless of what guarantees he gets from this government, the international community. He knows if he steps foot here, he will be prosecuted, but he's not going to come here and be a free man, definitely. And I'm sure he is aware of that.
And just to add to that, regarding the willingness of Jammeh trying to, according to the audio he had with Rambo, I think he's just trying to play his cards, to maneuver, to get people to start protesting or so. But I'm quite sure Jammeh, if we send a chartered flight for him to come back today free of charge, he will decline it. He will definitely decline it. Thank you.
I think that would be the greatest form of psychophancy by Jammeh and his supporters, to expect that Jammeh can come back to this country and work freely on our soil. That is the greatest form of psychophancy for any reasonable person to think that way. Thank you.
Okay, yes. let's take one from this side. Yes, gentlemen.
My name is Lande Sisa from Paradise.
You're welcome.
There is something I want the members on the high table, close Madi, to clarify. Because there's this information going around social media saying that GoFund, the return of Jammeh, is a scam. And then I heard the names on the audios. Madi name was mentioned, Scarlet name was mentioned, is it Banka Madi name was mentioned? And then they were saying that it is a scam. They are using that money and like they are trying to get money from people to fund themselves than helping the victims. So I want the high table.
Well, since you mentioned me, I can respond to that.
Please.
We're used to that type of attack. Some of you may recall when we were engaged in the civil society associations and CCG together with Banker. We managed to follow Yahya Jammeh and his representatives throughout the world, from Geneva to Brussels, New York, Washington, D.C. And because they can't figure out how we managed to do that, they had all kinds of theories. And this is the same thing, basically to try to undermine the effort that's going on. We are all very hardworking people. You named me, I teach at the university, I sell used cars, I do all sorts of things, and Madi has been working with various organizations very successfully here. So we don't need all of those. In fact, some of us make contributions. You go to Gunjur, UDP, and so on, you would see that we're making personal contributions to those organizations, far more than what could be, what we can get from any GoFundMe. So it's an attempt to just undermine our effort, but we are focused on getting people to turn out. And we hope everyone shows up on Saturday and to send a powerful message. But we'll ignore, the noise. Only that you asked, that's why we're responding.
Yes, Madam, yes.
Good morning. I am Aissatou Jala from Gambian Talents TV.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you, but some people argue that our constitution guarantees every Gambian the right to assemble, association, and other human rights as well, and under Section 25. So if you will ask the IGP to deny some citizens their constitutionally guaranteed right, don't you think you are going against the principles of democracy which we fought for?
Your right to throw your fist ends where my nose begins. So we may have all of those rights, but I know Madi will respond. Let's get Madi to respond to that.
Thank you. The APRC has a right to protest, as mentioned Section 25. But you see, the right to protest, that is freedom of assembly, is not absolute. And so under Section 25, subsection 4, provides limitations that this right can be limited. And when you look at those limitations, it gives various reasons why the limitations could happen. One of them is public morality, and all of those things. I mean, Keba and Ahmad mentioned, and Ijara here, the offensive nature of that protest. I mean, as they were protesting, somebody is sitting here, her father is dead. He's been killed by a Jammeh. Somebody sitting here, her husband was shot dead. I mean, that is offending public morality. So on the basis of the Constitution, the IG could have denied the APRC to protest. And, they did not do that. All right? So there is absolutely, no violation of their right if they were denied to protest based on Section 25, subsection 4. Because that limitation is already there. They don't even have to refer to the Public Order Act. All they need to do is look at the Constitution, where that right is guaranteed, and limitations provided for that right to be limited. So that provision is enough in the Constitution for the IG to have said, no, you cannot protest because your protest is against public morality. You are protesting at a time when Gambians, mothers, fathers, children, men and women are in their homes, are in pain, in misery because they lost loved ones directly as a result of that regime and that party that held that regime, because they were the ruling government for 22 years. So,
thank you.
Bol batata ni mbako kande. Batata le. Ya jambe me ma tuje. Ame ne ma tuje Gambia non batata musandi. Batata musandi. Me kumbara me kumbara.
Tell Malafina Gambia, we don't need Yaya Jammeh. Let them stay where he is. We are suffering, we are tired.
Tell them.
Very good.
Very good.
These people, they are provoking us. You know, every time he's sending us.
I think we had her very well. Very clear message. All the victims.
We don't want to see Yaya Jammeh in this country anymore. We don't want to see him. He has no right to come back. He killed our husbands. Since 1994 up to date, we are tired.
That's it.
We are suffer. Come back in this country. She killed our parents. She killed our husbands. She killed our brothers. We are tired.
Okay. Calm down, please. Calm her down. Omi, please help.
Next Fatou Sow, Suntu Touré, and Bamba Mas. They say an American embassy and British embassy, they say those who sponsor us to do this demonstration. I deny it. I say no. Usman Sonko say they will kill me and then I will go 9 meters feet. This old man, they take the hammer and then they yes, this man. Kafubayo, my chairman.
Can you see that? Can you show it to the people?
Kafubayo is
yes. I can speak Mandinka language.
Okay, speak.
Anyway, Intelom Kafubayo. You come in 14. Biriam Muta. Yentang in Keko. Ital Bente Farale, so Franco, Vendari Low Nisicaniso Pukamin. Iko Wara Yente Puga, Wara Yam Fanco, Conte Arabul. Atol Kal Bente Farning, Ella Sonta de Farning, Alaman Super Fal. Yaji. Until I come away, Franco and Busan, Italian New Baker. Ya better one time, you Yaji. One time, he come be Fal, and quite Haribi. Alinol Cat Bantamala Lacumo, Albanke Alati. Near me for Yambuloken, near me for. Definitely, independent justice. Because you quite been told for until Kabiru Uraro and Terriba. The man Frank Cotta the Osuto before so much 12 o'clock. Say, yes, in called Kanawuri. You can't forget where Jamenaja. I feel that. You can't tell more. Never tumble and telephone down to Kamanol. Never tumble and down a book will ever come before. Still outside Koya Jamenaja and told us on Olba. Or not told me Faral Barin, none less than told me Faral Barin be attacked. Bila will let a lie. Not more than told.
So, Diamo Mendi, Diamo Manana Mela, Ya Jamehani Abla Kido Kono, Ya Fai, at a Gila Banyu. And Ya Jame Usman Sonkoko, Ya Jame have so called better power of attorney, executive immunity, 1997 constitutional law, Fenki, Ntol Benyanta Falale. Nogwe Kaita Bukamolu. Yankuba Kolifana, Molo mi alonko, ako untol ay akusko we are criminals. Anu untol kami demand a clear battle. Anu na party leader, amanke kombo political focal, na party leader makalamuta. This madi jobate, ya accuse la ko, itole untol sponsor pour ngata siloka. Ntama madi jobate long, amaskati jane ngalone, because 2012 ay tisado min print, yen fenke nying, ala koliko do bige kafa e matuke jallo, aninde itafa sose. I don't know them. Eko wolentol sponsor. Nte nga deny. Nko no. Eko na parti leader bi solo sending ya lon ka jite kelen ya nyimbulo la kati. Limbali ya ntawla ya ko. Solo sende ya bute ya sok kuran la ya fena bamba dinka aka kente etel. Gio mangi so do mba mindila. Ya sindi sumna ko na ninte. Ko nyay na la mboni sumna ko bamba dinka. Usman Sonko kalo aka foko jamu hoteloldi. Hotelo mi Jesus la le kewel ko. Ani ngino. Lundof nga impose in biofel mando nata komole ko alkana nyi kino dom amam pete impose ni anu dia atusi Usman amaskati jane ko wolen to sponsor to go out to the street solo sanda ni tan kini ala tata altiama yentol fore pour nga amad bato fo nga lo ada bato fo ngambang nga oje jalo to fo ngambang nga usenda bato fo ngambang fatma tamaje di same thing ngamba wolen ke mbute I control momo fata may no suwa yesulo sa dem bute sa banya fata ino de ko moti wasala ya jame alkana alaway lañ ko I most pas anyanta justice president lam maron fa ne position la bunda wona ko ya na le ya position because of his brother Sekou Sabali former vice president woto victim center ki kere important ale ñu kuma di mat jobate mbe tentula mba jallo tentula mba press media be tentula ngol ñantare table fomu banko kan APRC bi e bo democracy le enjoy kan kunum momo finte kemuta ambi kemuta le berol
very good
be nga findi large number atanga ne soldati tandi ko ya jamme hanana ta jam ay tara bulto ya samba maltu miniti confinement ya samba je bawo bamba dinka man soto koten nana bamba dinka mon go nyanta samba la wol inon tara ko mo dinta ko
barka
andu birade fara do be ala juso ay wala falo fon so man biri leptante jam man da min ma ko Dakar Dakar ko ita
time okay okay last one okay go ahead afo mo de kakoto
ya jam
nani ya kama ni banko ka yeah no we need it
nani ya jam kama ni banko ka mammo ko bande flo bi dalo mama tu dangu na ka sala je ndela abu kade me alo ko me se me mbute wesbi fay sungadi asera sanji sabat hanbi na dimbali ka balu be balu ninka lay babalu di
sabat akamim bo toñala ndela mod mi alon ko makade ndela ka makoy ka balo fangu kuwaye
ya jemme alfero ka ko ko lu ala to la ala sala gelo hanbi meta mo la ni simba jala ka muka suto sino fafa no ko ko multa sim ko dala ka foro de bay tugora super tijada alkabe ya de to bal daga ala sabla afel nga balu ya pok asara ba
there'll be justice
I think it's healthy to have this kind of atmosphere. I mean, the victims themselves manifest their pain, and that is why, as we speak, some of them are healing, and the healing takes time for the person. So that is why having Yaya Jammeh to come again is just like getting the old wounds out. So let's have the vote of thanks.
Chairman, members of the High Table, representative of human rights organizations, members of the civil society, media personnel, victims and their respective families. On behalf of the Victim Center, I would like to say a very big thank you for taking your precious time to come and attend the press conference organized by the Victim Center. We are very much grateful. Right now, I'm very emotional that I cannot speak more. But nevertheless, I thank you. I thank all of you for coming. We are grateful. Thank you.
We are so grateful that you answered to our call, and we look forward to a future partnership of this nature. Thank you very much.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, Check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service, such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220, or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.